Hey everyone, welcome to This Explainer. If you're laser focused on optimizing your engineering future and, let's be real, avoiding those dreaded, nosy questions from relatives about your rank, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to completely demystify this whole alphabet soup of India's top engineering institutes. We're diving deep into the data, the costs, and the actual placement realities of 2026 so you can make a super strategic, informed career choice. Look, we got to acknowledge the massive post-JEE dilemma staring you right in the face. You know the feeling, you've worked incredibly hard, you finally have your score, but now, deciding which of these institutes of national importance actually fits your specific future is a monumental challenge. It's not just about getting in anymore, it's about knowing exactly what you're getting into. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our strategic roadmap for today. 1. The big three institutions. 2. IITs and their prestige. 3. NITs and their ROI. 4. IIITs as the coding powerhouses. 5. Breaking down the actual costs. And 6. How to finally choose your path. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the big three institutions. Let's map out the landscape. So check out how these numbers break down. Across the country, we've got 23 IITs, 31 NITs, and 26 IITs up for grabs in admissions. But the real kicker here is the gatekeeping exams. While a solid JE main score basically hands you the keys to 57 different institutions, that's the NITs and IITs combined, only that fiercely competitive JE advanced exam unlocks those 23 IITs. It's a huge distinction that immediately draws a line in the sand for your available options. Moving right along to Section 2, IITs, Prestige, and Brand. We're talking the global heavyweights. At their absolute core, the IITs are all about premier, all-encompassing engineering excellence. I mean, names like IIT Bombay, IIT Delhi, or IIT Madras, they carry immense, almost unmatched global weight. We're not just talking about colleges here. These places are recognized worldwide as absolute powerhouses of top-tier talent. If you're targeting international universities for a master's or PhD, or maybe you want to dive headfirst into pure research, or even pivot later into an elite MBA program, the IIT tag is, hands down, your strongest launchpad. They offer the most diverse branches out there, literally everything from aerospace to chemical engineering, and they host India's absolute most powerful alumni and startup ecosystems. Seriously, if prestige and literally zero boundaries are your goal, this right here is the gold standard. Now for Section 3, NITs, ROI and balance, why we call them the smart choice. You know, NITs are kind of the perfect blend of high-quality technical education and just incredible return on investment. Established NITs, places like Trichy, Warangal, or Suratkal, they compete directly with and honestly sometimes totally outperform the newer IITs, especially when you look at placements and campus infrastructure. They give you that very traditional, super vibrant, and balanced college experience. So why exactly do we call it the smart choice? Well, for starters, the tuition fees are significantly lower, averaging right around 1 to 1.5 lakhs per year. Plus, you get that massive advantage of the home state quota through JE Main. Actually, securing a top branch like computer science or electronics at a well-established NIT is very often a much smarter, way more lucrative career move than just settling for a lower-tier branch at a newly minted IIT just to get the brand name. It's all about playing it smart. All right, Section 4. IITs, the coding powerhouses. These are definitely the rising stars of 2026. Now, what's really interesting about this is the triple I model. IITs completely bypass traditional engineering entirely. You're not going to find civil or mechanical here. Instead, they're built directly on academia, industry, and innovation. They are laser-focused, and I mean hyper-focused, on exactly what the tech industry needs right this second. Let's just compare the vibes directly for a second. An NIT, it gives you that balanced, traditional campus life with a massive mix of branches and students. An IIT, on the other hand, is an intense, hardcore coding culture. Literally everyone around you is breathing CSE, IT, artificial intelligence, or data science. If you choose an IIT like Hyderabad or Allahabad, you are fully 100% committing to a software, algorithm, and industry-aligned lifestyle. And frankly, for pure software placements, top IITs are frequently blowing many NITs right out of the water right now. Which brings us to Section 5, breaking down the costs. Time for a little financial reality check. 100,000 rupees. Now, a lot of candidates completely misunderstand how IIT fees work, but this exact number is the uniform tuition fee per semester across all 23 IITs. It literally doesn't matter if you're studying computer science at IIT Bombay or metallurgy at a brand new IIT, that base tuition fee is absolutely identical. So, you're probably wondering, if tuition is exactly the same, why on earth does the total 4-year outgo vary so wildly? Well, because every single rupee of difference comes down to non-tuition stuff. Hostel rent, mess charges, and the cost of living in that specific city. A non-metro campus like an IIT BHU or Kanpur is going to run you around 9.5 to 10.5 lakhs total over the 4 years. But if you pick a metro campus like IIT Bombay or IIT Delhi, where you have higher maintenance and premium hostels, that total outgo easily pushes up to 13.5 lakhs. But hey, please do not let those big numbers panic you, because the financial support is honestly massive. SC, ST, and PWD students receive a mandatory 100% tuition waiver, no income certificate required at all. For general, OBC, and EWS students, if your family income is below 1 lakh, you get full tuition remission too. If it's between 1 and 5 lakhs, you get a massive 2/3 reduction. Oh, and that JoSAA seat acceptance fee you pay during counseling, that actually gets adjusted directly against your first semester dues. And IIT education is highly, highly financially accessible if you meet the criteria. And finally, Section 6, how to choose your path. Let's get into the decision framework. So the crucial point is we've covered the prestige, the ROI, the specializations, and the costs. Let's pull all this data together into an actionable plan. Step 1, you have to rigidly define your goal. Do you want consulting, pure research, or an MBA down the line? Lean towards the IITs. Do you want solid core engineering and those sweet state quota advantages? Look closely at the NITs. Do you literally only care about AI and software? The IITs are calling your name. Step 2 is evaluating your actual JoSAA rank reality. And step 3, and honestly this is the big one, match your specific goals to the institute's strengths, prioritizing the branch you actually want to study way over the shiny brand name on the front gate. I really want to emphasize this core takeaway from all our data today. A branch should often come before tag, especially in 2026's tech-driven job market. In today's highly specialized, completely ruthless job market, what you actually learn, your hard skills, your coding ability, your core engineering knowledge, is increasingly mattering so much more than the logo printed on your degree. Which leaves us with this final, extremely important thought for you to chew on as you head into your JoSAA choice filling. Are you just chasing the tag, or are you actually building the skill? I want you to take a hard, honest look at your goals, weigh the real ROI, and pick the campus that truly, actually aligns with your future. Thank you so much for hanging out and learning efficiently with this explainer. Now get out there and make that strategic choice.